I want to laugh, like for real, and I'm gonna laugh. That's why I'm drinking. But I digress. Hey man, the ISIS papers, the keys to the colors, the ISIS papers, nigga, the keys to the colors by Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. Yeah, man, go get it. Hey, I get most of my shits off of Amazon. This is definitely one you can find on Amazon. Get it. Get it. Get it. I ain't trying to influence you. You do whatever you want to do, but man, this is one to get. Get it. We gonna talk about it. You know me, I like to take my little moment of silence. Even though I've been talking this shit, but man, this shit, if the introduction will grip you and bring you right on into it, grip you and bring you right on into it. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is some racist shit. Though, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It can't be racist, but you know how motherfuckers think. It's just how some people think, you know what I'm saying? But this is straight up pro-black. How about that? Pro-black. Man, that's why I want to laugh so hard, because it just keep coming back through, back and forth in my mind, nigga. These nuts. These nuts, nigga. These nuts. The majority of this book, she talking about these nuts, nigga. Them big old black balls. What was your boy from Chef from South Park? Chocolate salty balls. He had a whole song. Suck on my chocolate salty balls. Put them in your mouth and suck them and suck them. Let's tip some more of this tequila, man. My bad. I'm just feeling good. We 3 minutes in. Let's get to it. All right, man. Serious business. Genetic annihilation. As far as the white, quote unquote, white race is concerned, at the core of racism, white supremacy, because technically, she goes over all of this. Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. She's a general and child psychiatrist. A general and child psychiatrist. And she ain't no self-proclaimed nigga like me and some other people. I'm just gonna put myself in that pot. I consider myself a doctor. I got a shit ton of knowledge. Doctor in my own right. I call myself whatever the fuck I want to call myself. But she's a for real doctor. She done went through them shits, man. She got the degrees and shits. And she has written a mass of essays, a bunch of essays, and she compiled them all into this book. Basically, the book is a compilation of essays, and she put the date. As you go through the chapters, you'll see a shorthand date, like the month and year or whatever, but that's all technical shit. As far as what's in it, because this is just going to be a quick little basic review. As far as what's in it, again, this is mainly about genetic annihilation. Straight up. I've said this in a different way for years, but at the bottom, the bottom line is this: how do you make a white person? How do you get a little white baby? Yeah, I pause for dramatic effect. Think about that shit. How you get a little white baby? You have to have a white man and a white girl. That's the only way you're gonna get a little white baby. That's it. If you put any person of color, of course, black people are darker, So we have more genetic capability of producing darker children. You see what I'm saying? Point being, this is her theory as to why we're hated the most and at the core of this thing. Now, her theory is slightly different from like the Iceman's inheritance, where this is an aggression, a Neanderthal kind of thing, blah 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 blah, whatever. The way she puts it, like in the Iceman's inheritance, it's like during the last ice age, them niggas was secluded and sequestered off in a certain region, and that's where they evolved at. You see what I'm saying? She takes it to the core of like just the fact that they have white skin. That's a form of albinism, like albinos, right? She talks about albinos. So her theory is originally, it starts off with the Cress theory, which is mainly what this book covers, and most of her essays cover the Cress theory. Now again, it's a lot of essays, so you may see some redundant information creep back up again. I do believe because it was put in book form, she did cut down on a lot of that. But like Mark Twain, that's an author. The only thing I know about Mark Twain is Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn, and I barely remember that story. The only really most of the shits I know about that story is something about a white picket fence. Something about a white fence. Maybe he was supposed to paint the fence and he didn't, and he ran away, or he took off or something. But it was something about Huckleberry Finn, Tom Sawyer, and a white picket fence, a white barrier. But that's what I remember, and I'm in my 30s, dog. So, anyway, the books that Mark Twain has written, some other shit that he's written and is quoted as saying, she talks about, she brings up Mark Twain several times. Hell, I could probably flip to something. I highlighted a bunch of shit. I mean, hell, the preface and the introduction gripped me. And by the time I got to chapter 1, I knew I needed to have highlighters and shit on deck, man. Chapter 1 is just the Cress theory. The Cress theory of color confrontation and racism / white supremacy. A psychogenetic theory and world outlook. Written in 1970. Now again, this is all fair use, all of that type of shit, you know what I'm saying? For informational purposes, we're here to learn all of that good stuff, you know what I'm saying? Fair use. But back to the point here. Basically, man, she gets straight to it. Let me read a little bit here, right. Racism is not merely a pattern of individual and or institutional practice. It is a universally operating system of white supremacy and domination in which the majority of the world's white people participate. Now that comes from Fuller. Neely Fuller in his 1969 copyrighted The United Independent Compensatory Code System Concept. Neely Fuller was the author of that. That was a quote from him. So, I'll keep going. Because, I mean, dude, these nuts, nigga. Hey. This is another quote from Neely Fuller, right? Most white people hate black people. The reason that most white people hate black people is because whites are not black people. If you know this about white people, you need to know little else. If you do not know this about white people, virtually all else that you do know about them will only confuse you. Any neurotic drive for superiority usually is founded upon a deep, pervading sense of inadequacy and inferiority. These nuts. So, this is the reason why I keep saying these nuts. Genetic. Like I said, these big old chocolate salty balls, nigga. These big old chocolate salty balls, man. And don't try to act like they don't be salty, my nigga. You know you be sweating and shit. You don't take a shower 24 hours a day, my nigga. At some point, if you putting in work, nigga, them shits is salty. But she's basically talking about black men possess the genetic capability to annihilate the white race. Flat out. Because ultimately, it is black men that produce black babies. They can take a black woman and whiten up them kids and whiten up them kids and whiten up them kids until they damn near pass as white. They do. A lot of them do. I mean, hell, it don't even take that many generations. Some of them come straight the fuck out and they can pass as white immediately. So that's not a big concern for the race, but yet and still, it is self-annihilation if they take that route. You see what I'm saying? Because immediately, well, I don't want to say immediately, but it is going to take some generations. But if they all was to go that route and get with a black woman, this, that, and the third, or whatever, you see what I'm saying? There would be no more white people. Anybody of color, you put anything else impregnates a white woman, you're getting something else out. This is not my theory. This is not me. This is me talking about the book. But yeah, she goes hard. Again, dude, I don't want to take no whole lot of time and whatnot. Oh, my battery's running low. I don't want to take no whole lot of time. I got to plug my shit up. On my new laptop, so I do believe my camera is a little crap. I'm going to have to upgrade my shit. But I had to give me a laptop so I could just sit here and talk my shit, man. It's taking up too much memory and whatnot on my phone. And you know, man, I'm apparently I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this. I got 33 subscribers. Hey, man, I just hit 42 subscribers. So it's another reason why I was like, oh, I got to do another video. 42 is a hell of a number. Just like 33 is a hell of a number. I got to do it. But apparently, I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate every like, every subscribe, every subscription, you know, everything. I appreciate all that shit, man. Just, you know, watch, follow, laugh at me, laugh with me, talk shit about me. I don't care, man. Just, I appreciate your time. Real talk. It's all love coming from me. But I would talk my shit back, so you know what I mean? Try me if you want to. Long story short, though, back to the book. I got a few minutes I want to run on this book. So, again, genetic annihilation, that really is at the core. I could go so much further deep. I do feel like I want to go into actual chapters of the shit. We can get into chapters because some of this shit is truly fucking hilarious to me. If you really take a lighthearted approach to this, that's me anyway. You know, again, I find it funny. I'm not saying I disagree with it. I'm not saying that I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm not saying I disagree with it. I'm just saying, you know, this is for informational purposes. You do what you want to do with it. But this is a hell of a book for any melanated person, any person of color to get. Yes, she talks a lot about black people, but it's just because, well, again, black people are darker, therefore they have more genetic capability. Some of the lighter skinned people, obviously a light skin can get with a white skin and have a damn near white baby or easily passable as white baby. So that's, you know, that's neither here nor there, but still anybody of color. All right. So, man, again, this is on her shit, right? She reasons that the quality of whiteness is indeed a genetic inadequacy or relative genetic deficiency state based upon the genetic ability to produce the skin pigments of melanin, which is responsible for all skin color. The vast majority of the world's people are not so afflicted, which suggests that color is normal for human beings and color absence is abnormal. Additionally, this state of color absence acts always as a genetic recessive to the dominant genetic factor of color production. Color always annihilates, phenotypically and genetically speaking, the non-color white. Black people possess the greatest potential, with brown, red, yellow peoples possessing lesser quantities, respectively. This is the genetic and psychological basis for the Cress theory of color confrontation and racism. The color confrontation theory states that the white or color deficient Europeans responded psychologically with a profound sense of numerical inadequacy and color inferiority in their confrontations with the majority of the world's people, all of whom possessed varying degrees of color producing capacity. Whites defensively developed an uncontrollable sense of hostility and aggression. This attitude has continued to manifest itself throughout the history of mass confrontations between whites and people of color. Now again, the difference between this book and a book like The Iceman's Inheritance is that nigga takes it way back. And I say nigga, but it's Michael Bradley. That's a book by a white man, written by a white man, and he takes it way back. Yes, he does have some contemporary things, don't get me wrong, but he take prehistoric. That's where he goes with it. Yet another theory, but prehistoric shit. So again, caveman Neanderthal shit is what he's talking about. This, you could just simply go to like Greece and Rome. Let's just go back that far. Period. You know what I'm saying? Once they've been established, they have a whole freaking culture. They're Europeans now. They're whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? When they started, again, when them niggas was taking over the world and whatever else. I guess you could say like the Persians did it, the Mongols did it, but they were all, I guess even the Mongols was some type of brown. But even then, like with the Iceman's Inheritance, when we talk about Caucasians, genetically speaking, the Caucasian, that's why there's Asian in that. The Caucasoid and the Mongoloid are actually no different genetically. I believe that's what it was. Now I have to go back to the book, but the Mongoloid and the Caucasoid do not differ by much. You know what I'm saying, genetically speaking. So, again, I digress. What this book is getting at, it's a really good book. Like I said, just fucking go get it, man. And revel in the glory of your big ass chocolate balls. I'm laughing and joking, but it does beg a serious like thought. If this shit doesn't rattle your brain, then I'm sorry, you got an issue, man. But it should either confirm some shit. It should definitely make you think. That's the main thing I want to get at, man. This shit is gonna make you think. It's gonna connect a whole lot of dots. Let's read the table of contents. Let me hit you with the table of contents before I get up out of here. And then I'll move on. Because I'm getting ready to come right back with some of these chapters after I read this shit. Okay? So we don't really need to talk about the preface and the introduction. That shit is going to whop. That's a fucking whop. Nigga, that's a stay. And tell you it's going to whop straight to the face, nigga. Whop! Straight to the face, nigga. Alright, table of contents. So, of course, we got the introduction, right? After the introduction, chapter 1. We already talked about that. The Cress theory of color confrontation and racism. I hit you with that, so if you listened this far, thank you, and you got that in you. Chapter 2, the origin of alienation, anxiety, and narcissism. I have read that chapter. Chapter 3, unified field theory of psychiatry. I'm kind of into that chapter. Chapter 4, learning to look at symbols. I started reading that chapter, man. I skip around, dude. I'm sorry, I'm a fucking scientist, but some shit, it gets me, and I gotta read it. And you'll see why. Chapter 5, the symbolism of Christ, the cross, the crucifix, the communion, and Christian holidays. I'm going to show you this really quick, if I could jump to it, because this is another reason why you should get this book. She don't play games with you. She don't play games with you. But, so you can wrap your head around it. Real talk. Check that out. Again, this is informational purposes. This is in the book. You can get the book. Same shit I got, you can get. You know what I'm saying? But check that out. So basically, I don't know if you can read it or not because my camera might be kind of crap. But basically, you have testicles and the drooping penis. Just the penis. The testicles and the penis, as you can see, just a basic diagram. So, from over here again, basic diagram. If you draw a line across one testicle to the other testicle and a line, penis going down the middle, boom. Provided your shit don't hang to the left or the right. But you can come across with this type of diagram, which again you can get, this type of symbol, which then you can get to this type of symbol, which of course if you shorten that the fuck up, then obviously you have a cross. See what I'm saying? So Symbolism of Christ, that's in that chapter. So you see what I mean? It's like it gets into some serious shit. It really does. And again, like I said, symbols. Oh my God, that's a huge part of this book. She talks about symbols. Symbols is a hell of a thing, like hieroglyphs and whatnot. Symbols reach the subconscious and the unconscious part of the brain. Straight the fuck up. You think symbols don't mean nothing? That stop sign. Man, I got kids in school right now, and they're learning to read by sight words. You see what I'm saying? The words. These three symbols together means this. These three symbols together means that. You see what I'm saying? They're not learning to read like pronounce it and this and that. No, sight words. Just by seeing it, you know what that word is. That's hot just because you've seen that a million times. But sight words. So again, symbols mean a lot of shit. I'm sorry, man. I ain't gonna keep on talking. All right. Table of contents. My bad. Let me finish it up. Chapter 5. Chapter 6. The politics behind black male passivity, effeminization, bisexuality, and homosexuality. The politics. See what I'm saying? The politics. Real talk. Number 7. What Freud was really talking about. The concept of penis envy. Number 8. Guns as symbols. We gonna talk about it. Number 9. The motherfucker and the original motherfucker. We gonna talk about it. Number 10. Ball games as symbols. The war of the balls. We gonna talk about it. It's like I said, each one of them. 11. The symbolism of smoking objects. 12. Black fear and the failure of the black analytical commitment, ideological commitment. 13. The concept and the color of God in black mental health. 14. The symbolism and meaning of rape. Chapter 15. The symbolism, logic, and meaning of justifiable homicide in the 1980s. Chapter 16. Paper, money, and gold as symbols. Now again, I keep saying a bunch of chapters. I know it may